It's Press Pass with Jack Ebling, Mid-Michigan's spirited sports debate. Now let's get talking sports. Here's Jack.
Great evening, Mid-Michigan and beyond, and welcome to Press Pass on Fox 47. Happy Labor Day weekend. It's time to meet Team 310. Tom Crawford, my longtime broadcast partner, Blue Belly Tom, spanning 17 years. He's a regular contributor, thewolverine.com, and he is the founder of the Crawford Podcasting Network. A week ago, I wished you happy anniversary.
Yes.
Tonight, I'm going to say the same thing, happy anniversary. Because it's been exactly 12 years since App State defeated the University of Michigan.
I knew there was some kind of a backslap cynical thing remarked by Jack. I mean, great to be here, though. I'm so glad that we're not just trying to project what's going to happen in college football season. We finally can react to what happened on Friday night and Saturday night.
Absolutely. Looking forward to that for the next 4 months. Also want to welcome Lindsey Huddleston. He is the founder of Sports Psychology Solutions. He's a regular Thursday contributor to The Drive with Jack, and he's the reason we had Moneyball this summer, those sessions, 10 sessions over at Aim High. Lindsey, you got your first experience up in the press box at Spartan Stadium. You were like a kid in a candy store.
Kid in a candy store, indeed. It was a great time being out there. You're a little insulated, but when we got the chance to go down on the field, you can feel all the passion and the excitement. So it was great to be a part of that and look forward to some more games.
It was a lot of fun there. It was not so much fun for the Michigan State offense, but we'll get into that in just a minute. Also want to welcome Doug Warren. He is Director of Sports Programming for the Spotlight Radio Network. He's producer of The Drive with Jack, weekdays from 3 to 6, and co-host of Finish the Game. That's Sundays at 6. How'd your show go tonight?
It went good. Talked a lot about Clemson and the teams that surprised. A lot of freshman quarterbacks and transfer quarterbacks making big impacts over the weekend.
Freshmen. Tom, you remember when freshmen never got in a game at quarterback?
Ricky Leach did.
He's one of the few, right?
That was unusual back then.
Very unusual.
Yeah. Yes.
A couple, Chad Henne.
Chad Henne,
He was a freshman,
2004.
right?
Yeah, there's a few.
Yeah, but now it seems like, so big deal. So what? Bring them in. That's the way it works. We're going to talk a ton about college football. The next 4 segments: Michigan State, Michigan, the Big Ten, the national landscape, and Michigan State. A little uneven efforts.
Good and bad.
A lot of good moments, some bad moments, some things the fans are not happy with in East Lansing.
A lot of that.
Lots to talk about there, and then we'll talk about the Detroit Lions, and yes, we'll talk a little bit about the Tigers and Justin Verlander setting a major league record with the 3rd no-hitter and 2 in the same ballpark as a visiting player. We'll be right back with our Going Green segment up next on Press Pass.
You've got a lot of screens, which means you need super fast internet. Fast enough for everything you love on every device you have. No data caps. All from a company you'll love. Super fast internet for just $24.99 per month.
Wow. Hike. Get in the savings zone at Capital Honda with game-winning offers on the new 2019 Honda Civic LX, $189 a month, or new 2019 Honda CR-V EX all-wheel drive, $269 a month. You should be driving a Honda from Capital Honda.
Every day, there are doors to open and steps to be taken. There are chapters waiting to be written. There are simple things that mean the world, and things so complex they can change a world. There are decisions to make that make all the difference, and we have a part in all of it every day.
Lansing Entertainment and Public Facilities Authority is excited to announce the return of our Grand Concert Series. Enjoy a variety of diverse genres of live music throughout the summer at Lansing Center's Riverfront Plaza. The event's free admission is due to generous sponsorships. Bring a camping chair and a snack if you want. The cash bar featuring beer and wine will be available during each event, and concerts will be held rain or shine. For more information, visit facebook.com/Grand Concert Series.
The NFL is back with a Week 1 doubleheader on Fox.
105 years in the car business, and Graf Chevrolet in Okemos is celebrating with our biggest sale event of the year. We are having a huge demo sale, and that means below GM program pricing. Save thousands on great Chevys like these.
Get demo sale savings on a 2019 Equinox, just $161 per month, or a 2019 Traverse, just $191 per month.
During our Graf Open House demo sale event, take a test drive and enter to win these great prizes. The deals are red hot, only at Graf Chevrolet in Okemos.
Anyone who's had our chicken knows it's plump and juicy. What they may not know is that it's also 100% natural.
All our chickens are certified, humanely raised, no antibiotics, on a high-quality diet of soy and grain.
Why are they called tenders?
They're called tenders because they come from the tenderloin of the breast, hand-trimmed just for colors. It's not a strip or a finger, it is the true tenderloin.
I'll put our chicken tenders up against anybody's.
That's like my Granny Franklin used to make. That's outstanding, Craig.
Welcome to Delicious.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Going Green segment, brought to you by Graf Chevrolet, a trusted friend 105 years in the automobile business, and Graf Nissan next door on West Grand River in Okemos. They'll take great care of you as they have on all 7 of my leases and purchases. Go green, go Graf.
Up-tempo offense, we're going to move it. And maybe that was the first time doing it in a game, other than, we did a little bit in the Oregon game, but so there's a lot of things, but I keep saying, there's no magic play, guys. Everybody runs the outside zone, everybody runs the inside zone, everybody runs power, everybody runs counters. Okay, it's execution. You have to get guys to the edge of the defense at times. You got to outnumber them at times, and sometimes they outnumber you.
How much motivation did you guys have when Tulsa running back came and said that he would rush for 200 yards, him and the other back against you guys? You held him to -1 and 0.
That's just something you take personally. We pride ourselves on stopping the run. That's our #1 goal each and every week is stopping the run. That's something we pride ourselves on. So when someone says they're going to come into our house and rush for 200 yards, that's something we take very personally. And I think we showed today that.
There you see Mark D'Antonio saying that it's really all about execution, not how creative that you want to be and how clever. And Kenny Willekes saying probably wasn't a really good idea for the Tulsa running backs to talk about 200 yards in Spartan Stadium. They chewed on that one all week. Lindsey Huddleston, from your vantage point at the 8th floor press box at Spartan Stadium, was your #1 takeaway the record-setting performance for Michigan State's defense, -73 yards rushing, or the offense's inability to find the end zone after the opening drive, a 21-point win favored by 23.5?
I definitely have to focus on the offense. I mean, as you stated before, that defense is going to show up 12 times. We expect that, that's going to be there. As we were leaving the field, I ran into Connor Haywood, and the first thing he said without me prompting is, we got to clean up some things. So that lets you know the offense is going to be the priority. And I think if they keep working on that, they can have an offense that needs to be able to compete with Big Ten opponents and possibly at a high-level bowl game. So I think the offense is still the priority.
Doug Warren, you are as strong a believer as anyone I know that defense wins championships when you watch that defense, admittedly, against an inferior foe, but 6 sacks, 13 tackles for losses, 80 yards total offense, just 1 in the second half. Does that even matter in terms of the ultimate goal of winning a championship if they can't run the ball somewhat?
No. This offensive line is not good. And you have to create more than 300 yards total offense against a team like Tulsa. You have to score more than 1 touchdown. When I look around the rest of college football, I see a team like Georgia Southern, whose offensive line averages 291 pounds, going to Tennessee and to Knoxville and put 38 points up on the Vols. I see Nevada the other night, also on a line that averages 291 pounds, go toe-to-toe with Purdue and beat them 34-30. This offense has got to play better, and it starts up front, and these guys just really, they're not good enough. They haven't been good enough for 3 years. This is the problem, and you can talk about execution all you want, but if your players aren't good enough to execute whatever you're trying to do, you're in big trouble offensively.
I thought it was telling that starter at tackle, Cole Chewins, he wasn't even on a depth chart. A.J.R. Curry, he's not there. So suddenly, Kevin Jarvis, and you texted me during the game when I know what was up, he's moving to left tackle. Now they've got a new right guard. First game of the year, I don't know how much that means, but we're going to find out. And Tom, when you see what happened, first drive of the game, penalty aided.
Yes, it was.
Michigan State goes down and scores on the opening drive. That only happened one time all last year. And then fans say, okay, all right, maybe got something going here. And the rest of the game, they're on a treadmill.
Yeah, that offense was struggling. I could double and triple down on all these comments so far. But Doug, about Michigan State's defense, so I got to go back to that. That defense with a tremendous, I call them at least very good special teams, will keep them in every game on that schedule. And then what Michigan State does is they find ways to beat quality opponents. So they'll steal a couple. They'll beat an Ohio State. They might even beat Michigan. They could beat Wisconsin. But that's why that defense is so doggone good. But they got to get a running game now. I mean, that's and the other thing about Michigan State, they don't have a guy. They don't have a home run hitter. There's not a player that you really fear can take it to the house either at the wideout or a running back. Yeah, and when you think about 9 offensive penalties, it's hard to get anything going. Yeah. They did have 1 touchdown called back. But a lot of things they need to do better. You can't average 2.7 yards per carry. Competition are going to be playing moving forward.
I don't think they're going to be able to get a running game.
Yeah.
They can't block. They can't block and push the line of scrimmage. If you can't do that, then you have to do something else. You're going to have to throw first to set up the pass.
How's the offense
or set up the run?
What
they had all off season to change it.
Well, they did call more passes than runs.
I saw some changes from what I saw.
They didn't have a fullback, which was, I think, a good thing.
There was more tempo.
But they still have too many people around the edges. Clear them out. Get them out of there.
That's true.
I think that would be the best way to do it. I think back to Barry Sanders. The more space he had, the better he was. You start playing football in a phone booth, look out. We'll be back in just a minute. We're going to talk about the University of Michigan and opening win over Middle Tennessee State up next.
Team spirit. Face paint. More cowbell. Dean Trailways Motor Coach takes care of your travel, so you can support your favorite Spartan teams and focus on the important things. Dean Trailways, your favorite ride.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
Well, I got my start in officiating when a friend told me I should try it. At first I just did basketball and I got hooked. Before long I added baseball, softball, football, and volleyball. I really enjoy giving back to the game, working with kids, and working with my local association to recruit and train new officials. I would like to say to anybody that officiating is a great way to help kids and stay connected to the game. We always need new officials. There's help wanted, just listen.
Download the Fox 47 News app, available for iOS and Android.
Hello, I'm Andrew Womack, and I'd like to invite you to join me daily, every weekday, for the Gospel Truth broadcast right here on this station. The times are on your screen, but you know, this is just a program where I teach from God's Word things that have changed my life, and I know they would change yours. So check it out each weekday, the Gospel Truth broadcast right here on this station.
The Shaheen Chevrolet 96-hour sale is going on now. For 96 hours, Shaheen will give you a $4,000 minimum for your trade. Lease an Equinox, Trax, or Malibu for only $96 a month. See what we did there? $96, 96-hour sale. Only at Shaheen Chevrolet.
At Lansing's 1-800-GOT-JUNK, we can remove items from anywhere in your home or business.
Like attics and basements or backyards, even crawl spaces.
Don't lift a finger. Call us today. We'll be there today.
Lansing's 1-800-GOT-JUNK. We make junk disappear.
You know, as I said, the pre-snap penalty, some of the, we bobbled some of the ball security's got to get better. Same with Dylan. I mean, I thought a couple of Dylan's runs, when he fumbled that went out of bounds, we're on it. We're gonna really improve in that area when it comes to quarterbacks handling the ball. I mean, this offense, they handle the ball a lot. I mean, it's a lot. The snap, the ride, the decision, the pull and throw. So, actually, it's quite good. I mean, we're not taking a deep long bow. We know we can play better. That's an area that we got to get better at and be more efficient at.
Jim Harbaugh, after last night's Michigan win, and seemed happy, but not overly enthralled with the team's performance. He said, can do better, some things they can clean up a little bit. Tom Crawford has certainly looked like a more explosive Michigan offense. Shea Patterson hitting those deep balls. And
yeah.
What was your take on night one of the Josh Gaddis era 19-point win as a 34.5-point favorite?
Yeah, I'm not too caught up in the points, but I was more caught up in the turnovers. You can't turn the ball over. I mean, the first play, Shea Patterson puts it on the ground, and I've never seen Shea so down after a game. He was mad at himself. He wasn't, in a funk in terms of his self-confidence, but he was really mad, so I think he'll take care of the football. But, 3 touchdown passes in the first half, scored 4 out of 5 times in possessions, 453 yards offense. Offense is going to be fine. Yeah. Their defense, Middle Tennessee served up like 300 yards of offense. That's a little disconcerting. Got to get some better play on the inside, the tackle play. Ben Mason's just adjusting to that, and there needs to be more push. The ends are doing fine, though.
Makes you wonder what would happen if you could put the Michigan offense with the Michigan State defense.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Look out, Alabama.
Call off college football. It's over with. Yeah, that would be a juggernaut indeed.
Lindsey Huddleston, when you think about this Michigan offense, fans love offense. Yeah. And they saw a lot of it last night. They're going to see a lot of it all season. Is it too early to start thinking in the back of your mind what this speed and space offense is going to look like against the Spartan defense on November 16th in Ann Arbor?
Oh, it's not too early at all. That's going to be great. When you take Michigan's strongest characteristic right now, which is their offense, matched up with Michigan State's strongest characteristic, their defense, you got a collision course waiting to happen in 2.5 months when we get down to Ann Arbor. It's going to be great.
Doug Warren with Army, team that won 11 games last year, struggling, 14-7 win over Rice as a big favorite. Do the Cadets have any chance to come into Ann Arbor next Saturday and spring an upset?
No, they don't. Michigan will get another win. I was surprised that Army didn't do better against Rice, because Rice is just, they're a doormat program.
But Army does this. They kind of muck it up with everybody, right? No matter who they play.
They do, but, Michigan should take care of business. I don't know what the line is on that game yet, but
23.5.
Okay, yeah, I don't know if they'll cover or whatever. It's not Michigan's way, but I don't see any problem at all. There's no upset special in Ann Arbor next week.
Yeah, I get the feeling that the Army offense, unless you have defended that kind of attack on a regular basis, it does pose some problems. But I don't see the Army secondary being able to stay with these Michigan receivers.
No, absolutely. And Donovan Peoples-Jones probably will not play next week, but I don't think they'll need him. The thing about Army, it's a tough team to prepare for. They're so unusual. What do you gain by scheduling Army? When you think about it, all you end up doing is you could get hurt because they're so physical.
You get a win if you're Notre Dame almost every year.
I know.
That's what they do.
You got to take yourself way out of sync as far as what you're defending versus what you're defending in the RPO the rest of the year.
Yeah, the thing that helps them is they played last year. So right,
that's true.
Did they play last year?
Michigan and Army?
No, they did not.
They did not. But Michigan and Michigan State have played Air Force recently. And those have been down to the wire games in the fourth quarter.
Yes.
You say, why did we schedule these guys?
Yeah, why do you do that? I don't know.
When we get back, we're going to talk about the Big Ten. A couple of setbacks, a couple of surprises, and a couple of big scores, as in 79 points.
Wow.
We're going to talk about that and much, much more in Jim Delaney's final season as commissioner. We'll be right back on Press Pass.
Since 1972, the Michigan Lottery has provided more than $22 billion to support public education. For the past 5 years, the Michigan Lottery has recognized outstanding educators from across the state with the Excellence in Education Awards.
Congratulations, Stuart Kelishowski, the Michigan Lottery's 2019 Educator of the Year.
Take the time today to nominate an outstanding public educator for an Excellence in Education Award.
Find out more at fox47news.com.
The skills you develop as a soldier in the Army National Guard can give you a head start on your career. Gain practical experience with technology and equipment that will give you a leg up in the civilian world. Learn critical leadership skills and to be part of a team. Serve your community and your country part-time while earning money for an education. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn about the paid training and career opportunities available to you in the Army National Guard.
TV's #1 new show returns, The Masked Singer, September 25th on Fox.
105 years in the car business, and Graf Chevrolet in Okemos is celebrating with our biggest sale event of the year. We are having a huge demo sale, and that means below GM program pricing. Save thousands on great Chevys like these.
Get demo sale savings on a 2019 Equinox, just $161 per month, or a 2019 Traverse, just $191 per month.
During our Graf Open House demo sale event, take a test drive and enter to win these great prizes. The deals are red hot, only at Graf Chevrolet in Okemos.
Anyone who's had our chicken knows it's plump and juicy. What they may not know is that it's also 100% natural.
All our chickens are certified, humanely raised, no antibiotics, on a high-quality diet of soy and grain.
Why are they called tenders?
They're called tenders because they come from the tenderloin of the breast, hand-trimmed just for colors. It's not a strip or a finger, it is the true tenderloin.
I'll put our chicken tenders up against anybody's.
That's like my Granny Franklin used to make. That's outstanding, Craig.
Welcome to Delicious.
The Student Bookstores are Green and White Shop headquarters. Outfit your entire family with Spartan gear. We have a large selection of men's, women's, and children's clothing. Show off your Michigan State pride with new shoes, socks, hats, and more. Have your tailgate ready with MSU party supplies, car accessories, and dress your pet in green and white. We have gifts for students, grads, alumni, and fans. From Vera Bradley and Dooney and Burke to diploma frames and more. Always shop SBS for the biggest and best selection of green and white. Go green, go white, go SBS.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for The Big Picture. Brought to you by Dean Trailways. With trips for every season, Dean takes care of the details so you can enjoy the experience, including daily casino runs and great getaways to Northern Michigan and Chicago, where Doug Warren and I were last month for the NFL Legends Classic. That's Dean Trailways, your favorite ride.
And this time it's Fields on the carry. Watch out. Justin Fields. Hello, Columbus. 51 yards. 9 to the 25. Play fake. Fields to throw it with time over the middle. Wide open touchdown, Bucks. Touchdown at the Florida Atlantic 32. Fields lets it fly high. Touchdown, Ohio State. Compliment as a runner. Watch out. On first down, play fake. Fields delivers over the middle. Caught. Touchdown again.
That's the first 9 minutes, less than that, of Ohio State's win yesterday over Florida Atlantic. Lindsey Huddleston, there was some apprehension, people thinking that it was going to be an adjustment period with promoted head coach Ryan Day and transfer quarterback Justin Fields. Certainly didn't look that way early on. Ohio State in a 24-point win, favored by 28.
Well, how much of an adjustment can it be when you have assistant head coach, athletic director Urban Meyer right there? He's in the practices all the time. I don't think they're far removed. Normally we have a new coach come in, he comes in with a new system, but they pretty much have some continuity there. So Ohio State is really not getting beyond their winning ways with the program they have in place right now.
It is Florida Atlantic. I mean, you're playing a body of water. I mean, come on. I mean, this is ridiculous. I mean, did you draw anything from that game, Jack? Seriously.
I drew that Justin Fields looked pretty smooth.
The precision was there.
Yeah. He's a pretty impressive athlete. Doug, when you think that Minnesota needed an amazing one-hand catch to survive in its opener, Purdue, not that fortunate, on the road losing on a last-play field goal at Nevada, and Northwestern, your pick for the West, couldn't quite get it done at Stanford in a game when quarterback's going down, just dropping one right after the other. What was your take from week one in the Big Ten?
Well, Mike Locksley made a statement with Maryland in game 1. And again, it's Howard, but you score 79 points and you pitch a shutout. I mean, that just gets people's attention. We'll see what happens from this point forward, but when's the last time a Maryland team just came out of the gate and dominated like that? Ohio State, yeah, they look good. We'll see how good they are next week against Cincinnati, though. Cincinnati's a good football team.
Yeah.
And that game next week at the Horseshoe will do a lot to tell how far both teams have come. Minnesota, they got a tough test against Fresno. We'll find out how good they are next week.
Yeah.
But you know, as far as like impressions, Wisconsin.
Went on the road.
49-0.
They go down to South Florida, drop the hammer.
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor looks like a Heisman favorite.
Yeah, and the defense, 157 total yards allowed and only 26 yards rushing. So that'll be the key. How Wisconsin, they're always going to be able to run the ball. It's just kind of what they do. But if that defense can continue to run at a clip like they did the other night, that means that Wisconsin could be back and find themselves in Indianapolis again when everybody kind of thought it was over.
When you look at the teams that have been to Indianapolis and those who have been there for the Big Ten championship game, Wisconsin's been there more than any other team.
Yeah.
More than Ohio State, more than Michigan State. Maybe last year was the anomaly, Tom.
Yeah, well, that is. And they were down. It was one of those years everything didn't line up with Wisconsin. I mean, they're going to be in Madison. I mean, they're going to be in Indianapolis, the team from Madison. I think Wisconsin's the team. There's nobody else, I don't think, that's going to. In the West, I would not impress me at all this week. Northwestern, they didn't, I mean, losing
that was like an NFL game, that Northwestern game. It was, which is kind of what I thought. Both teams kind of play that way. Close to the vest, one score.
I want to take a look at the Big Ten scores from week 1, if we can, and also what's ahead. But looking here, Tom, if I had told you that 2 teams from the Big Ten East were going to post 79 points and they weren't going to be from Columbus or Ann Arbor, would you have believed it?
Okay, it's Idaho. Okay, once again, I got to go back to and Howard. Come on, what's William and Mary next? I mean, come on. I mean, you know, we're back to Maryland. See how they do when they host Syracuse next week.
Yeah.
See if that doesn't get flipped right then. I mean, Syracuse is a ranked team. I think they're 22nd. So I think those points are misleading. I mean, I don't get twisted up.
They play Howard rather.
Yeah.
You know, Howard Griffith. I don't think he had Jerry DiNardo with him. That's what hurt him along the way. But looking ahead next week, Big Ten teams there. Do you see any possible stumbles? Anybody have one? A Big Ten team that could fall next week?
The Maryland is other than Maryland
and Minnesota.
How about the Minnesota at Fresno?
Yeah.
So
Purdue's got to bounce back. That was a bad loss to Nevada. They had the big lead. That hurt Purdue.
If Maryland beats Syracuse after the 79-point outburst in the opener, will you be impressed? Do you think? Watch out for Maryland.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'll get impressed real quick, but I don't think that's going to happen.
We'll be back in just a couple minutes, and we're going to talk about the national landscape. Great game between Auburn and Oregon, and some other big upsets. Some teams wondering what happened. We'll be right back.
Team spirit. Face paint. More cowbell. Dean Trailways Motor Coach takes care of your travel, so you can support your favorite Spartan teams and focus on the important things. Dean Trailways, your favorite ride.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
They say you can never predict the weather in mid-Michigan, but that hasn't stopped Fox 47 from guaranteeing it.
Fox 47's proud to be the only station in mid-Michigan with a weather guarantee.
Every time we get our forecast right, Fox 47 makes a donation to a local charity. Get it wrong, and we double it.
And the team from Trips Collision Center says yes to helping local nonprofits. So we'll be matching every Fox 47 donation dollar for dollar.
The 3-degree guarantee, only on Fox 47 News.
There's so much more I can teach you about murder.
Get your garage back with the Toro Recycler with Smart Stow. Only from Toro.
Get your Toro today at D&G Equipment in Mason, Williamston, Corunna, Howell, Highland, and Charlotte.
Do you find it difficult to hear clearly? Don't miss out on life's biggest moments. At Audiology and Hearing Services, we'll help you clearly and comfortably hear everything you've been missing. Our highly skilled team will discuss your hearing needs and fit you with our top quality, easy to use, personalized hearing aids. Call us to schedule your hearing assessment today. Audiology and Hearing Services. Improve your hearing, improve your life.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Take It to the Bank segment, brought to you by Dart Bank. Dedicated to meeting the needs of our banking community for more than 90 years, with 4 convenient locations in Mason, Holton South Lansing, Grand Ledge, and expanded Home Loan Center in Frandor. That's Dart Bank for what matters most.
See for Auburn. Whitlow tries to bounce it. It is a first down. It'll stop the clock momentarily at the 38. Ducks come after him. Nix gets it out. Caught! Williams can play a little safer, but they're not going to. Nix is back. Throws it downfield. Caught! Touchdown, Williams!
There you see the Auburn Tigers. They were 1 point down. All they needed was a field goal. Instead, they throw, maybe it wasn't a 50-50 ball, but it was certainly into traffic. Freshman Bo Nix, and you saw his dad jumping up and down, so happy in the stands. Doug Warren, what was your take on the finish of the week?
Well, that Bo Nix has got some moxie. He didn't have the greatest numbers, 13 and 22 on the day, and took his lumps early as they were trying to get some momentum. And I think maybe Gus Malzahn's playing a little bit close to the vest, too, just trying to protect him a little bit until he got comfortable. The end of the game, when they knew that they had to come back to win this thing, it kind of turned him loose on that play, as you saw, and then you get the victory. But again, with the Pac-12, this is a big blow to them. They needed to win that game. And down the stretch, Auburn's defense, those athletes on the defensive line, as you see often in the SEC, they just kind of seized control the game at the end, and that helped Auburn to come back from being down 21-6.
Yeah, think about how emotional those Auburn players were at the end of that game. Yeah. Think about the starts for UCLA, for Tennessee, and how about Florida State?
Yeah, that's not good down there for Willie Taggart and company. For them to blow that lead. And Boise's not a chump team. And that's a freshman quarterback with Boise State, too. Yeah. Again, I don't remember the kid's name, but he just played out of his mind. It's not good. Florida State is in bad shape, and there's probably going to be more changes there at some point this season.
Yeah. Tom Crawford, you know what it's like to have a team lose in the first week of the season. Going back to last year at Notre Dame, right?
Yes,
remember that?
Yes, I remember it, Jack.
What is it like now for a team that starts 0-1? Michigan turned it around last year, and they got those 10 straight wins, but that does not happen often. How difficult is it for these teams that are in a hole?
Well, it depends on what your expectations and your aspirations are. For example, Northwestern. We were talking about this during the break. Pat Fitzgerald doesn't give a rip if he lost his first game, because he's all about fixing, tweaking things, and then just mucking it up once he gets in the Big Ten and try to sneak his way to Indianapolis. Yeah. So it all depends on what your goals are. I mean, most teams don't aspire to be in the CFP out of the 130 teams. Right. It all depends on what. And even if you do lose one, you can still wiggle your way back in because it's early.
Lindsey Huddleston taking a look at the first Associated Press top 25. Which of these teams is poised for a leap, and which ones need to get their bearings ASAP?
We can go back to the clip we just watched with Oregon and Auburn. Oregon being number 11, basically a top 10 team, and you let a true freshman and Bo Nix come in and just pretty much take over the game. Yeah. And then you look at a team like Auburn with that true freshman, number 16 ranking, you can see them moving their way up. That looked like a playoff game last night. It was really exciting, down to the wire, so I think that is a great game to show you what needs to be juxtaposed right now with the AP Top 25.
Yeah, and I didn't see anything out of Justin Herbert that told me he would be the #1 pick.
Right, and then we heard about it all week long for leading
Yeah.
up to that game.
Florida Gators, they had their hands full with Miami. A couple of teams there, Iowa State, finally ranked.
God.
And struggled mightily with Northern Iowa.
He barely won.
Yeah. Doug, how many games did you get a chance to look at? I know you were flipping around with your 4 TVs.
Probably 10 right now. Look at some more tonight, including the game Oklahoma and Houston. But the thing about it now, I mean, you can watch these games during the week.
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
you
you
miss them,
can.
or you can go back and watch stuff. I need to watch Michigan State again. Watch that offense. I don't know. That's gotta try to decide.
Don't put yourself
Have fun
through
with that.
Let's see what the hell's going on with that
Yeah.
deal.
Watch the first drive and then go do something else.
I saw the
Best way
first
to
drive
do
a
it.
couple times already, but yeah.
Yeah.
No, but it.
What about Notre Dame? Hey, we got Notre Dame and Louisville
Tomorrow
tomorrow.
night.
right?
Yeah, and you know, no one's talking about Notre Dame, and yet they're there in the mix. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
Ian Book.
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
I think Notre Dame, the schedule means so much in a deal like that.
Right.
Because you don't have to play as many conference games. They play some in the ACC.
Right.
But I think Notre Dame's in a position where, that's all going to come down to them, how they do in Ann Arbor.
Yeah, and that's on October 26th. It's a long ways away from. I think it's going to be a night game. That's going to be crazy.
That'll be a big day for football in the state of Michigan because you have Michigan State hosting Penn State.
Okay.
That day.
Yeah.
And Michigan, Notre Dame.
Wow.
They haven't said for sure. Probably a night game, right?
I would be shocked if Michigan Notre Dame was not at night.
Right. All right. We will be back in just a minute. We'll take a look at pro football. It's cut down time. We'll see what the Lions look like heading to Arizona for the opener next week.
Come to Johnson's Workbench Wood Expo September 6th and 7th in Charlotte. On Saturday, Scott Phillips, the host of America's Workshop, will demonstrate woodworking techniques and see the latest tools from Jet, Freud, Powermatic, and more. For more information, visit theworkbench.com.
The Shaheen Chevrolet 96-hour sale is going on now. For 96 hours, Shaheen will give you a $4,000 minimum for your trade. Lease an Equinox, Trax, or Malibu for only $96 a month. See what we did there? $96, 96-hour sale. Only at Shaheen Chevrolet.
Hello, I'm Andrew Womack, and I'd like to invite you to join me daily, every weekday, for the Gospel Truth broadcast right here on this station. The times are on your screen, but this is just a program where I teach from God's Word things that have changed my life, and I know they would change yours. So check it out each weekday, the Gospel Truth broadcast right here on this station.
Download the Fox 47 Storm Shield app and stay in touch everywhere you go.
Anyone who's had our chicken knows it's plump and juicy. What they may not know is that it's also 100% natural.
All our chickens are certified, humanely raised, no antibiotics, on a high-quality diet of soy and grain.
Why are they called tenders?
They're called tenders because they come from the tenderloin of the breast, hand-trimmed just for colors. It's not a strip or a finger, it is the true tenderloin.
I'll put our chicken tenders up against anybody's.
That's like my Granny Franklin used to make. That's outstanding, Craig.
Welcome to Delicious.
Dad, why did you kill all those people?
I'm not sure I know the answer, but I have some time on my hands. Maybe we can figure it out. There is a house.
I became a profiler to hunt down people like my father. What is it? I've seen this before. Our killers are mimicking another serial killer. My father.
Malcolm.
You have a copycat.
I'm flattered and deeply concerned.
Save it.
Do not go to your father. He will destroy you.
There's so much I can teach you about murder.
I don't need your help.
Well, you might. Maybe we can solve a few together.
In the house of the rising sun.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time for our Law of the Jungle segment, brought to you by Woody's Oasis on Trowbridge Road, your healthy alternative to fast food. Eat Woody's and live longer. I'm talking about chicken shawarma with baked breast meat and hummus made fresh in a 3-day process. That's why I'm there every week. Stop and see Chuck DeLita and their terrific staff on Trowbridge, or find Woody's favorites at Tom's Foods, Horrocks, and all across MSU's campus.
Savage, the quarterback. And again, it is a huge win column on Sundays. Pass is completed, and the receiver makes the first man miss. Top. Willies with time. Throws, caught.
Set on those lines. He is so competitive. I mean, it's just fun to watch him.
Missed a touchdown catch last week. Couldn't get that second foot in. Gray with the carry around the left side. Big guy hits the corner.
To see the leadership that we have right now and the opportunity that's in front of us this year.
A whole lot of field in front of the Lions receiver.
What they did last year, like this discussion on my show with my partner all the time about if the Browns, go.
Well, this guy's telling a lot of stories. They're not talking much football there, but looking at those scores during the play, it was 3-2 Cleveland and 10-2. I thought I was watching Indians-Tigers again. Doug Warren, what do we definitely know about Matt Patricia's second team after a winless preseason, 2 significant injuries, and now they're heading to Arizona to play the worst team in the league a year ago?
Well, we know that for the first time in the Bob Quinn era, they're looking desperately to find backup quarterbacks. Why? That's my question. Now, 2 weeks ago, Michael Lombardi, former NFL GM, he's got a podcast, he's an NFL insider, he said, and he's the only guy I know that's reported this or even talked about it, that Matthew Stafford's back is not totally healed.
Right.
And that the potential is there for him to be injured again at some point this season. So why in the hell are all of a sudden, maybe I'm just kind of reading the tea leaves here. Why are they desperately looking for a backup quarterback, quality ones, for the first time ever? Are they worried that is this actually true? I don't know. They have Matthew Stafford, Josh Jackson, David Blau. They're going to work out Tyree Jackson tomorrow, the big quarterback out of Mona Shores, played for Buffalo. They're looking for quarterbacks like I've never seen them look for them before. Has Brian Hoyer been signed?
No, that's the guy.
Yeah, well, why the hell aren't they working him out? I don't know.
David Blau.
I'm worried about that. And
Brian Hoyer had a great preseason game against the Lions, and 10 years in the league. Yeah. A lot of that, hey, when you're understudying Tom Brady, those count 2
absolutely.
years. Right?
And not a lot of mileage on the tires there, too.
If Stafford's hurt and he's out, the season's over.
Oh, they'll win 4 games.
Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe there's nothing to it. Maybe there's nothing to what Lombardi said, but I'm thinking more about it now because as this season's approaching, they're looking under every rock for backup quarterbacks.
Tom Crawford, what did you learn about the Lions in August, and are you still optimistic? There was a point where you were bullish on Detroit.
Yeah, I learned that I'm not bullish on Detroit. I mean, I probably get too caught up in exhibition play. I watched 3 of the 4. I did not watch the Browns game, obviously, but they just don't look. They don't look like they have any high motors on that team. No. The offensive line probably get a little bit better, maybe, which would be good for Kerryon Johnson. But if you're talking about Matthew Stafford injury, oh, that's bad because I don't think the defense is a top-notch defense. I said initially like 10 wins.
Yeah.
I'm slinking down to 7-6 range right now. Seriously, that's where I'm at right now. And now Doug's going to take me down to 4 if that thing is true. What you're talking about, Stafford.
I hope it's not, but I thought it was very interesting that he would make that comment, and now the last couple weeks, backup quarterback bonanza going on.
Doug, they still, to me, do not look well coached.
No, they don't
look like they have any.
That's part of the visual takeaway.
They look like they're unprepared and that they don't know what the hell's going on half the time.
Lindsey Huddleston, you're a glass half full guy, especially when it comes to the city of Detroit.
Absolutely.
Make the case that the Lions will not finish last in the NFC North.
Well, I want to piggyback on what Doug talked about, this quarterback bonanza. This is the first time they've had 3 quarterbacks, in 5 years coming off of the preseason. You got a guy like Josh Johnson who's very athletic. If, in fact, there's something going on with Matt Stafford, he's not really healthy, these will be new looks that teams haven't seen in the season, especially when you go on a road. And believe me, when the Lions are playing, people aren't circling their calendar for the Lions. They're getting down on them. So that may be an opportunity for them to get in, do something people aren't expecting, and, we can see some playoff action.
Here's why you're more optimistic than I am. A guy says to me, hey, it says something that 14 teams have signed Josh Johnson. I said, yeah, it says something that 13 of them will let him go.
Yeah, so that's kind of how I look at it.
What does that mean? And I think this is as important an opener.
Oh, huge. Otherwise, they're 0-6. if they lose.
Yeah, with the teams they have coming up next, better get this one.
Yeah. And there's no excuse. I mean, they're going to be starting Kyler Murray. You have Cliff Kingsbury, who hasn't coached defense his entire life. Every team he's ever coached, the defense is brutal. They've got to win this game.
It's on the road.
It is. It's on the road. It's the NFL.
On the road.
Yeah.
Well, when they talk about playing a rookie quarterback, whatever they did last year against the Jets,
do the
throw
opposite.
that out, right? You don't need to do that.
Forgot about that.
All right. When we get back, we're going to talk about Justin Verlander, another no-hitter, and we'll talk about the Tigers. The only win they got this week, they gave up a Major League record home run to the Twins. We'll be right back.
Sure, you can do this in an online school, but
You can't do this in an online school. You can't do this in an online school.
You can't do this in an online school.
You can't do this on an online school.
You can't do this at an online school. You can't do this in an online school.
you can get all of this and so much more in the Lansing School District. We have something for everyone.
The new commercial-grade Toro Time Cutter HD zero-turn mower. With decks crafted from special high-strength steel and powered by Toro's commercial engine, you'll get a professional-looking cut. But if you want to mow fast, you gotta have comfort. Toro's MyRide suspension system's 3 coil-over shock assemblies keep you suspended comfortably above the toughest terrain. The Toro Time Cutter HD zero-turn mower. Count on it.
Get your Toro today at D&G Equipment in Mason, Williamston, Corunna, Howell, Highland, and Charlotte.
Ride with Chicago PD, weekdays at noon on My 47.4.
105 years in the car business, and Graf Chevrolet in Okemos is celebrating with our biggest sale event of the year. We are having a huge demo sale, and that means below GM program pricing. Save thousands on great Chevys like these.
Get demo sale savings on a 2019 Equinox, just $161 per month, or a 2019 Traverse, just $191 per month.
During our Graf Open House demo sale event, take a test drive and enter to win these great prizes. The deals are red hot, only at Graf Chevrolet in Okemos.
You're up. There's an old saying, you can never have too many officials. The age of the average official is 52 and getting older all the time. We're constantly recruiting new people, younger people to join us. After you register with the MHSAA, look on the website to find an officials association near you. They'll put you in a position to succeed as an official. We all learned a lot from high school sports, and officiating is a great way to give back to the game. There's help wanted, just whistle.
Touchdown, Cowboys.
The Student Bookstores are Green and White Shop headquarters. Outfit your entire family with Spartan gear. We have a large selection of men's, women's, and children's clothing. Show off your Michigan State pride with new shoes, socks, hats, and more. Have your tailgate ready with MSU party supplies, car accessories, and dress your pet in green and white. We have gifts for students, grads, alumni, and fans. From Vera Bradley and Dooney and Burke to diploma frames and more. Always shop SBS for the biggest and best selection of green and white. Go green, go white, go SBS.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Law of the Jungle segment, brought to you by Forest Acres Golf Courses and Golf MSU. With a wide variety of challenges on the east and west layouts, a terrific 12-month practice facility, and a pro shop with something for every Spartan, Acres is always a grade A facility. Go to golf.msu.edu for great Labor Day specials, one of the best days of the year to play a championship course.
Course is Justin Verlander. He is on the bump today. There's a swing and a miss. And a foul tip caught by Torino. Strikeout number 12. JV with 2 outs here in the 8th. Called third strike. Ground ball slowly hit towards short. Bregman charges, makes the play. 1 out. Ground ball to third. Toro is there. His throw in time. Justin Verlander. Another exclamation point in a Hall of Fame career.
There you see JV after his second no-hitter in Rogers Stadium. Pretty good day, Lindsay, for Justin. And not only does he set a major league record, the first time pitcher has had 2 no-hitters on the road in the same place. But also no Detroit Free Press representative there for him today, right?
Right.
Didn't have to worry about that.
He didn't have to. And that was one of those things. You can see the adulation he had. You know, there's been a lot riding on him lately. You know, it was great to be in that historic position, but he kind of got a monkey off of his back because people have kind of been criticizing him based on the interaction that he had. And I think what people can take from it is, where were you? Did you see it happen? To be part of that historic event says a whole lot.
Let's check in on the Tigers, and Miggy, what do you got going here? Let's stay. Oh no, 40 wins, 94 losses, 299 winning percentage. Tom Crawford, can you believe we thought that Doug Warren was a little crazy when he said 60 wins? They're not going to get to 50.
I mean, think about that. For 54 games under 500, they're 43 games out of first place.
Yeah.
I mean, that's abysmal. That's pathetic baseball team right now in Detroit.
Doug, there are people who have made money actually betting against the Tigers every game, if you can believe that.
Yep.
Want to talk to you about
so you're into that now, huh?
what you would rather have. Would you rather have Detroit get on a roll and nail your 60-win prediction on the nose, or would you rather see them finish with 42 or 43 and set a record for futility?
If you're going to be bad, be really bad. Tie the Mets. Well, you need 42 and 120, right?
Yeah. It was like when the Lions went 0-16. Who wanted to see them be 1-15?
That's right.
Right.
Yeah, 1-15. Everybody's 1-15. Make history. Make history. Yeah. Tie the Mets. They can win 2 more games, and so they're not going to be the worst.
Well, they're 2-8 every 10 games. Yeah. I mean, there's a pattern if you follow on MLB.
No, tie the Mets and be horrible, and we'll go from there.
Tom, you tried your best. I have to hand it to you. But throughout this baseball season, you tried to follow this team.
I fake it really well.
But now we have got football, high school football, college football, pro football.
You just nailed it.
How much baseball are you going to be watching?
Zippo, nada. You know, it's not, hey, baseball's a great sport. Trust me. I mean, I think it's awesome. But when you get into college football, I'm checking out, man. I mean, if they were in the playoff hunt, I would check in on occasion.
Yeah.
But now it's college football season, high school, as you mentioned. Even the NFL, my third favorite of those 3, I'm all over football versus MLB.
Thursday night, I wanted to fulfill a promise to Fred Thompson. I said, okay, I'll come with you. I'll see Riley Green.
Oh, you went down?
He's here. I wanted to see this guy, and he looked great swinging and missing. I mean, he's got a big swing, but didn't hit the ball. But I'm sitting there the whole time wondering about high school games. Right?
Yeah. Oh,
looking over.
Me. You went down that Thursday night?
Yeah.
I can't believe that guy.
Yeah,
wow.
And then I finally got over there, and all the games were stopped.
I'm disappointed.
Can't believe it. All right, we'll be back with our cool and smooth winners of the week up next.
Team spirit. Face paint. More cowbell. Dean Trailways Motor Coach takes care of your travel, so you can support your favorite Spartan teams and focus on the important things. Dean Trailways, your favorite ride.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
The NFL is back with a Week 1 doubleheader. Let's go! First, the Redskins take on Carson Wentz and the Eagles.
Wentz, touchdown!
Then, in America's Game of the Week,
back to work!
Saquon Barkley and the Giants look to put on a show in Big D.
Barkley takes it all the way!
But Dak and the boys are ready, hungry to take down their division rival.
Cooper, touchdown!
A Week 1 doubleheader, September 8th on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
Don't miss the 71st Annual Primetime Emmys, Sunday, September 22nd on Fox.
People with intellectual and developmental disabilities have heard "you can't" too many times.
You can't join in. You can't do that. It's about time. We heard. Go where you want. Join in. Live. People with disabilities have the right to be active members of the community. Inclusion starts with you. Open up.
Learn more at michigan.gov/ddcouncil.
Welcome back to Press Pass on Fox 47. Time for a cool and smooth segment brought to you by all 5 Culver's locations in mid-Michigan. Since 1984, Culver's has been delighting guests one meal at a time with scrumptious Butterburgers and premium frozen custard. That's Culver's. Welcome to delicious. That is Mack Brown.
Don't you love that?
His second stint at North Carolina.
Yeah. Yep.
And spent a long time at Texas. Won a national title there with Vince Young. And then he had that 1 year at ESPN. And those guys said they knew that the first job offer he got, gone. So,
yeah, that's great.
So it is when you got coaching in your blood. All right, Team 310. Who has been as cool and smooth as a Culver's mint explosion this week? Lindsey Huddleston, what about our play of the week?
Oh, play of the week has to be Bo Nix, true freshman, to Seth Williams. Late in the game, go ahead, touchdown, Auburn over Oregon. True mental toughness, play of the week for me.
And that's the kind of play you got to think is going to help him throughout his career. He's always going to be able to call on that, right? He's got that.
It's in his confidence bank.
Yeah.
You talk about that. He can come back to that. Yeah, absolutely.
Sure. He can take it to the bank. All right. Doug Warren, what about our game of the week?
Game of the week, I'm going to go off the reservation, so to speak, and no pun intended, and Florida State blowing a 31-13 lead against Boise, and Boise State with a true freshman quarterback, Hank Bachmeier. He got sacked 5 times, hurried 8 times, just kind of getting beat around, but he comes back and throws for 407 yards, the most passing yards ever by a first-time Boise starter, and they storm back and win. And on 3rd down, he was 8 of 12 for 136 yards. He's not playing like a freshman. These freshman quarterbacks now, it's unbelievable how good they are coming in. The North Carolina's quarterback was a freshman yesterday.
Tough night for Harlan Barnett.
Ooh,
right?
He might be looking
defensive coordinator there. They gave up more than 600 yards in that game.
Yeah.
I was listening to the guys that were calling the game, and they said it was a totally different Florida State team coming out at halftime. It's like they don't have control of the locker room. They can't get these guys focused.
Yeah. Not a good look.
It's not good.
Tom Crawford, how about our team of the week?
Team of the week, the reason I'm wearing blue and gold is not my alma mater, University of Michigan, my alma mater, Lansing Eastern Quakers. They broke a 38-game losing skid, and they debuted their brand new stadium. They haven't played in their own stadium for 65 years. There you see Trent O'Brien running 56 yards for one of his 2 touchdowns. A great night for the city of Lansing. A great night for Lansing Eastern. I was there. It was a continuation game. It started on Thursday night, finished on Friday noon.
I came over there, and of course it was during the delay, but the stadium looked great.
Oh yeah, it's great. It's a beautiful layout, and you know the new school's on Marshall, but it's an athletic complex, and it was just I was really proud of my high school, Lansing Eastern.
Player of the week, no Justin Verlander, not you. You're going to have the Cy Young Award, so they'll have to settle for that. But if you saw the Southern Cal Fresno State game last night. You know, Southern Cal makes a big deal about this spell out. And students paint their bodies, right? And there you see them. That's not fight on. Where's the G? That's on. What happened was the guy with the G had to go to the bathroom, and that's when the television came in, and so he scrambled back, tried to get into the play.
G stands for go.
G for go.
Yeah, you had to go, man. Hey, that rules.
But for the player of the week, I'm going to talk about people who maybe coach a little bit longer than other people think they should. How about Frank Solich? Age 74.
Is he still coaching at Ohio U?
He is, and he is.
You're kidding me.
No, he is the oldest coach now. 8 of them in the country who are of that age, over 60. 7 of them won yesterday, and the only one who lost was David Cutcliffe, and he was playing against Nick Saban, so one of them had to lose. But all of the 60-plussers won their games to open 2019. Tom Crawford, Bluebelly Tom. Catch him on Wolverine.com. Lindsey Huddleston, Sports Psychology Solutions, and he'll be with me Saturday in the press box Saturday night for the Western Michigan game. And Doug Warren, don't forget Finish the Game. You can hear that now on the Spotlight Radio Network. We'll talk to you tomorrow on The Drive with Jack.